Hello and welcome. 63 people were killed and 182 injured after a deadly blast ripped through a wedding hall in the city of Kabul. The blast happened in western Kabul, a predominantly Shiite locality. Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani condemned the attack. He condoled the victims. India condemned the attack too. It said that the culprits must be brought to justice. The Islamic State terrorist group claimed responsibility for the attack. It said that one of its fighters blew himself up. The suicide bomber was a Pakistani national. The Afghan embassy in the US issued a rejoinder to the Pakistani envoy to Washington, D.C. for suggesting that the ongoing tensions in Jammu and Kashmir could affect the Afghan peace process. The Afghan embassy statement says that the Pakistani attempts to link the situation in Jammu and Kashmir to the Afghan peace process is quote-unquote reckless, unwarranted and irresponsible. The Afghan embassy also called out the Pakistani envoy's assertion that Pakistan could redeploy its troops from its border with Afghanistan to its border with India in the east. The Afghan ambassador says that there is no threat from Afghanistan to Pakistan and therefore there is no reason for Pakistan to station its soldiers at the border with Afghanistan. A Taliban spokesperson posted a tweet taking a dig at the United States. The latest attack comes at a time when the US and the Taliban appear close to a deal on ending the war. The two sides are negotiating a US troop withdrawal, and Taliban guarantees that they would not allow Afghanistan to become a launching pad for global terror attacks. Both the Taliban and the Islamic State have carried out large-scale attacks in the Afghan capital in the past, but the Taliban condemned the latest attack as forbidden and unjustifiable and denied any involvement. The fear in Kabul is that if the US agrees to pull out its troops from Afghanistan, that the Islamic State may rear its head once again, threatening not just Afghanistan but countries around the world. Reports suggest that 1,500 people lost their lives in July this year. More than 3,000 people have been killed or injured this year alone. The U.S. Special Envoy for Afghanistan, Zalmay Khalilzad, said that the Afghan peace process must be accelerated to win the fight against the IS terror group. Afghanistan has witnessed a number of deadly attacks since the peace process began last year on the 12th of October. Negotiations began in Qatar, and since then, 8 rounds of talks have been held in Doha. The Iranian tanker that was detained by Gibraltar has finally sailed out of the British overseas territory. According to Refinitiv shipping data, the Grace 1 tanker left Gibraltar around 11 p.m. local time on Sunday. The vessel was renamed Adrian Darya 1 and it was given an Iranian flag. It is not clear where the vessel is headed to. According to ship tracking service Fleetmon, the Adrian Darya 1 turned off its satellite tracking system after leaving Gibraltar. This comes after Gibraltar rejected a United States request to detain the vessel. The tanker's detention ended last week. This was after Iran assured that the ship's oil would not go to Syria. But a federal court in Washington, D.C. issued a warrant for the seizure of the tanker. The warrant also called for seizure of the vessel's oil, along with a fee of nearly $1 million. This request was rejected by Gibraltar, but the warrant did delay the vessel's departure. The Adrian Darya's release is now expected to pave the way for Iran to free British tanker Stena Impero. The tanker was captured in the Persian Gulf last month. Iran accused the British tanker of breaking international maritime rules.